How are you there, fellows? We're moving up through the percentages. We're up to the Shipwreck IPA. Another one of the Phillip Island beauties. The last one was a ripper. Chicory stout. I really enjoyed that. Alright. I was going to go up and get a half a dozen. Just for the quiet Sunday afternoon. It costs you about, 20 bucks or whatever. Nice half dozen of something worth drinking. And he had all the new ones, so I grabbed half a dozen, all different ones. Fantastic. Cheers, everyone. Ooh. .4%. Now we're talking. Right up my alley. It's actually really fruity, but a bit piney. It's not your typical West Coast IPA. It's got a lot of other flavours. It's actually really rich and really nice IPA. Gorgeous, actually. Salivating. Geez, I like that. It's a little bit sweet, but it's fruity, piney, luscious, gorgeous, good on the nose, lovely head. It's been lightly filtered, not ridiculous. Well done. Great beer. I'm loving it. Ooh, shipwrecked. Well, I've been in boats that have run out of petrol. Haven't been shipwrecked, luckily. Run into a sandbar once in Malakuta. That wasn't real good. But these things happen. Been in a few boats that have nearly tipped over. One near Krabi. Oh, that was probably the scariest. In a banana boat. And they had a brand new engine on the back, so they had to pay for it. So they took us out just before a storm. Halfway there, a storm hit. Then the engine started falling off. And I run down the back of the boat and grabbed hold of the engine and pulled it on. And I held it on while they did it up. If I didn't do that, it would have been all over. I'm not joking. So I was with a girlfriend, Christine, at the time. I said to her, just stay with the boat. Whatever happens, stay with the boat. And then I run down and did the engine. It was pissing down with rain, huge swell. The wind was howling. Yeah, it was pretty wild, but we got through it. So it's all happy days. I'm still here. A few other ships that have nearly come aground I've been on. One was getting from Koh Samui back to the mainland. It took us 3 hours to get in, that last little bit. I kept slamming against the pier and it was wild. Oh, that was wicked. And another time, and this was really scary as well, was going in a boat to Malaysia. And that got real wild as well. And everyone was underneath they had like a tarpaulin. It was like a huge banana boat, like a huge one. And they'd take people from Thailand to Malaysia, and yeah, that was wild. There was big waves coming over, everyone got wet, yeah, it got cold. Oh, that reminds me of another time, Koh Phangan. It took us like 6 hours to get from Hadrin to Tonsala. You kidding? Yeah, no, I've been in a few boats that have nearly come a cropper. Fingers crossed, won't end up shipwrecked one day. Probably will, probably die that way. Oh, means I'm out there having a bit of fun. Cheers everyone, enjoy.